to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Elena. I am a health and fitness coach, an advocate for all things wellness, a mother, soon to be mother of two. I'm just making this video to share some insightful topics with you guys as we drink some tea and bust out some affirmations. So if you're new, once again, make sure that you click the like, click the subscribe button, leave a comment below and communicate with me so I know that you are here supporting the channel. And if you're old, welcome back. I have the tea. I'll tell you guys what I'm drinking. I have the cards. We're going to pull an affirmation. Then we're going to talk about finding balance in the midst of chaos. If you are experiencing any kind of stress or just noticing that there's a lack of balance in your life at this current moment, then stay tuned, because we're going to talk about how to restore that balance and how to be okay during these crazy times, whatever they look like for you. So my tea is super simple. I poured some boiling water over dried ginger, some fresh peppermint tea leaves, with about a teaspoon of honey. It's a super simple tea today. Ginger mint tea. Cheers. So now let's pull our affirmator. There's never been a card that did not resonate in some way with me when I pulled them, so I know that whatever card I pull is going to resonate with you as well. These cards I get from Target. I am still working on my own set of affirmation cards to share with you guys. I don't want to release anything until it's absolutely like as close to perfect as I can get it. So when that's ready, you guys will know about it. Forgiveness. Congratulations. You're being given one of the most powerful superpowers there is. Forgiveness. Imagine that you've been bitten by a radioactive forgiver. The point is, you suddenly have the ability to forgive people for their flaws, their bad days, their unkind moments, and their mistakes. And the best thing about forgiveness is that you can apply it to yourself too. Have fun wielding your new power. But remember, with great forgiveness comes great inner peace. So I feel like that was powerful. Personally, for me, I've had experiences where forgiveness, especially forgiving myself, was super crucial to my development, my growth, my progression in life overall. So I really like this card. The main thing that we have to keep in mind about forgiveness is that forgiveness is a form of healing, whether it is you forgiving another person or you forgiving yourself or being forgiven by someone. So the one thing out of those three things that we don't have control over is being forgiven by someone, right? So you can hope and pray that someone forgives you if you know that you've wronged them, but you don't necessarily have control over whether or not they forgive you. So what do we need to do to make sure that balance is present within ourselves and that we're not allowing guilt to consume us and control us? We have to forgive ourselves. We have to, of course, acknowledge our wrongdoing, but also we cannot grow, we cannot move further, we cannot become the best version of ourselves, the version of ourselves that would not wrong someone. We can forgive people for their flaws. We can forgive people for their bad days. We can forgive people for things they say to us that they may or may not have meant, right? Because we also know not to take things personally. Anything that someone says or does that you feel is an attack against you is not an attack against you. It's a reflection of how they feel about themselves. It's a reflection of what their current circumstances look like. And so when we know not to take things personally or take things as an attack to ourselves and our character, it makes it that much easier to forgive someone for their bad day or their reckless tongue or their mistakes. And to sum it all up, the card does it perfectly. It says, remember, with great forgiveness comes great inner peace. So to hold on to something that doesn't serve you, to hold on to something that someone else did that may have made you feel bad, at the end of the day, it doesn't serve you. So you can be upset with this person and maybe they will feel that guilt for a period, maybe they won't. So when you're upset with someone, you are giving control to someone that is not you. And the only person that should have control over our feelings, our emotions, and our actions should be ourselves. So without practicing that superpower of forgiveness, we are unable to have that control over ourselves, because we are relinquishing control to that other person. If you are struggling with forgiving someone or forgiving yourself, I hope this card resonates with you and reminds you that you have a superpower to forgive people with exercising that superpower and practicing the act of forgiveness. Great inner peace will come from it. And now we're going to get into the topic of today's video. So we're going to be talking about how to restore peace and balance in the midst of chaos. So I did a little bit of research on chaos, right? Because we all have a general understanding of what chaos is. But within my research and my study, so I have the definition of chaos, but I also learned that chaos is like a scientific term, right? It's like a science behind chaos. So although it seems random, unpredictable, there's a method to the madness. So the definitions that I have for chaos are to be in a state of confusion or disorder, extreme or utter confusion. The opposites of chaos are peace, calm, and order. So those are three very simple words. We all know what they mean. And luckily, even though chaos can be so unpredictable, so broad in what it can mean and how it can show up, the three opposites that we want to strive for to restore our balance is peace, calm, and order. So we're going to focus on those three things in order to combat the chaos that tries to present itself. So the way I like to think about chaos, it's like an underlying constant. Imagine you have a mess on the floor. But maybe when you were a kid, your room was a mess and you would like hide things under the rug. Let's say somehow the rug got destroyed or damaged, and now that mess that's underneath has come to the surface. That's what I think of when I think of chaos. There is a way to achieve the balance, and that's to bring order. One thing that we want to remember is that we need to focus only on what we can control. Focusing on what we can control, focusing on things that are outside of our control is only going to cause more chaos and more confusion. Focus on what's within our control. I'm going to share with you guys what works for me when it comes to finding and restoring my peace, calm, and order in the midst of the chaotic life of So we want to identify what's within our control. It's not for you to overthink. It's very simple. You think about what things do you have control over on the day-to-day. You have control over what you eat. You have control over who you talk to. If you don't have control over who you talk to, you definitely have control over what you say to the person that you talk to, how you speak to them, and how you allow them to speak to you. We have control over what our routine looks like. Even if there's something within the routine that we wish didn't exist, like maybe you don't like your job, you still have control over what the routine looks like and how you step into it. Our bedtimes, our wake up times, our morning routines, how we set our intentions and how we ground ourselves for the day. And in accepting and acknowledging that we have control over all of these other things, we're creating a sense of order that maybe didn't exist before. For example, one thing that I tell my clients all the time who are in my fitness and life coaching program is the importance of your morning routine, having a morning routine and actually practicing and being consistent with that morning routine. If you don't take control of your day, if you don't set a plan and intention for the day is going to set a plan and intention for you. In whatever direction it chooses to go, if we don't set the foundation from the jump on how the day is going to go, then we're going to go wherever the day takes us. And in going wherever the day takes us, we automatically relinquish our control and open the door for chaos to enter. Number one in how to restore your peace and balance in the midst of chaos is prioritizing your routines, being very intentional about your routines and setting boundaries around those routines so as to take back your control and organize a little bit of the chaos that's sitting under that rug. The second key to balancing and restoring your peace in the midst of chaos is going to be controlling what you eat, because you have control over what you eat. Not only do we have control over what we eat, it's important to know that what you eat, what you consume in your body is going to affect how you feel, how you act, how you interact, so on and so forth. So let's say that you had something that you know does not sit well with you, right? Let's say you're lactose intolerant, but you decide to get that mac and cheese from Chick-fil-A anyway. Knowing how it will make you feel, and as a result, maybe your hormones are out of whack, or maybe your stomach is upset and so you got attitude with your co-workers or anything like that because you chose to put something into your body that was not going to serve you in the best way possible. So on the flip side, imagine subbing out that mac and cheese for something like a smoothie from Smoothie King or Tropical Smoothie Cafe. And this is something that you chose to put in your body that you knew would give you energy instead of making you feel sluggish. It might make you go to the bathroom, but in the best way possible, and you don't feel tired, you don't feel irritable, you don't feel agitated because of how the food is processing through your body. So that's number two. When you feel like chaos is present in your life, one thing that you can control that can actually alter the trajectory of your day, your actions, and your emotions is being mindful and intentional about what you're putting into your body, because we are what we eat. If we eat garbage, if we eat trash, then it's going to show up in some way. Might show up in our attitude, might show up in our gut health, might show up in our skin. And if any of those things are off, then it's going to create a domino effect in other areas of our life. If it shows up in your skin, your confidence might be low. If it shows up in your attitude, you might say something that you didn't really mean to say. And if it shows up in your emotions, then we all know what it feels like when depression hits, when we are not asking it to hit. So instead of making ourselves vulnerable to these various forms of chaos, we can get ahead of that by being in control of what it is we put into our body. And then number three is controlling your interactions, controlling who you interact with and how you interact with them. So like I said before, sometimes you can't control who you have to interact with, if it's like a co-worker or a boss, but you can control how you interact with others, and you can control how others interact with you. This is through boundaries. We tell people how to treat us. We teach people how to speak to us, and we teach people how to love us through the ways in which we speak about ourselves, through the ways in which we love ourselves. So your interactions have to be very intentional. If you know that someone is very negative, or you don't feel better after talking to them, you might feel worse, then it is completely within your control to decide if you're going to talk to them, how long you're going to talk to them, what you're going to share with them, and what you allow them to share with you. So your interactions are completely within your control. No one can make you upset, angry, sad, mad without your permission. Just like we said when we were speaking about the forgiveness card, we give people permission to make us feel certain ways. So it's up to you, and it's in our control to decide if we're going to allow someone to make us feel a certain way, or even if we're going to allow someone in who could potentially make us feel a certain way that is not in alignment with what we want for ourselves. So those are the 3 ways that work for me when it comes to restoring balance in the midst of chaos. Being intentional about my routines, specifically the morning routine. Being intentional about my diet and what I'm putting into my body, and how I allow others to access me. So I hope these tips were helpful. If you're experiencing any sort of chaos, remember to come back to center, identify what is within your control, and only focus on controlling those things. And that way you will be able to restore that order, achieve more peace and calm in your life, and organizing the chaos that is lying under the surface, so that you can be at peace and achieving your optimal level of balance. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the tea. Let me know what you're sipping on. Let me know if you had a favorite part of the video. I got a new camera. Don't know if you can tell, but it made making these videos a lot easier, and I'm very excited to continue these tea time talks. So if there are any topics you want to discuss, or you want me to discuss, then please leave it in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for your support. As always, I will see you in the next video.